Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation channel. Thank you for joining me once again on this Thursday edition, January 21st, 2021. Well, it looks like all of the election drama is over. Joe Biden became president of the United States of America yesterday, but this economy is still, Wednesday, is still showing signs of just ailing here. The Dow Jones was flat today, and the S&P 500 they reached record territory, but the jobless numbers came out today, folks, at 8:30 a.m. and guess what it showed? Another loss, big time loss. Jobless claims for the week ending January the 16th totaled 900,000 jobs, the Labor Department reported, slightly better than the Wall Street estimate of 925,000 jobs. Now, the total was below the previous week's count of 926,000. Wow. So, folks, we're losing almost a million jobs a week right now, and Americans continue to hit the unemployment line in large numbers as the health crisis continues to add to America's unemployment problem every week. Just think about the amount of jobs. We're losing a whole city of jobs every week. Some of these cities and suburbs don't even have 900,000 people in it, and we're losing that many every week. And what's so sad about it is that people keep saying that, well, once we get the vaccine, once we get back to normal, we're never getting back to normal, because even with the vaccine, it's still not going to be back to normal, because President Biden says that, he says, quote, today, he says, we're in a national emergency and it's time we treated it like one. You know, this president reminds me so much of Teddy Roosevelt in the New Deal, except this time there is no be no New Deal. Remember now, Roosevelt came in the same exact thing. He started all these new programs and new initiatives, but at the end of the day, it can't solve a bankruptcy. The nation is bankrupt both morally and economically, and this is going to be the hard problem. You notice how all of the messages that subliminal messages that was told on TV was, we need to come together and we need to work together. But the one thing that most people cannot come together on, I mean, most politicians and most high-ranking officials and all of that, is when it's the greenbacks involved. That's right, the money, when money's involved. And the reason why is that the federal government is overspending. We're one of the largest debtor nations in the world. We have $28 trillion of debt, and nobody wants to make another loan. No other country wants to make another loan to us, because they don't want to be indebted with these dollars that are going to become worthless. Now, why are they going to become worthless? Because we're going to get another stimulus check in another few weeks here. As a matter of fact, the stock market was flat today because it's anticipating. It's getting ready for the next stimulus high. The $1,400 checks are getting ready to come off the printing presses. And if it doesn't get that stimulus by March, April, then this whole stock market, everything is going to become crashing down. And so he's trying to balance, the administration is trying to balance this thing and say it's about the health crisis, but it's really about this banking crisis and liquidity crisis in the United States, because everything is shut down right now. Most places are shut down. Travel bans are going to be coming soon at these airports. Europe has already started travel bans for people in England and France and Germany, etc. Well, it's going to be coming over here, regardless of whether or not you take your shot or not, your vaccine or not. The travel bans are coming, and that's going to restrict the economy even further. And I wouldn't be surprised if toward the end of this year or next year, we're going to have curfews in a lot of these major cities, because they're going to blame it on the health crisis, but it's going to be because of the economy, because so many people are going to be out of work. And those that do have a job are essential workers. They're going to be so strained. The budgets are going to be so strained because the cities and counties and states are going to try to raise taxes, because President Biden did say that he may have to raise taxes to fund all of this, and even then he's not going to have enough money because there's so much work that needs to be done. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to go by with the plan. And so everybody's saying the first 100 days that everything is going to be okay. But looking at the numbers, we're really, really in trouble here. Listen, we've gone on. This is the this is the 10th month, going into the 11th month of this crisis, almost a year in this crisis. And unemployment is still above 9%. I mean, that is unbelievable. Matter of fact, next month, we're going to hit double-digit unemployment numbers next month. And so this is really this part right here is really the part of the double dip recession. So regardless of the stock market hitting 30,000 or 40,000, Venezuela's stock market hit 50,000 and they were in a super deep depression. Zimbabwe was printing up $100,000 notes. We're gonna get to that point because they're gonna print this dollar into infinity, into Zimbabwe, into oblivion. But while you can, it is very important that you get the supplies that you need to sustain yourself. And I'm talking about, this is going to become the new currency: food, water, medicine, building supplies, land, if you can get it, housing, some type of housing, whether it's a tiny house, some kind of portable house, or something you own. If you own your house, good, fix it up, keep it. Don't believe the housing bubble. That's going to be, because the housing bubble, the credit bubble, those are going to be the last two bubbles to pop, okay? And once president begins to do student loan forgiveness and all that, that's just going to put more drain on the economy. And he's also may even do some other type of debt forgiveness as well, rental and mortgage debt forgiveness too. They may write that off, and that's just going to drain the economy because the government cannot bail out every industry: hotel, retail, travel, hospitality. They just don't have the money like that. Even if they raise taxes to infinity, they won't have enough money because there's only 345 million Americans in this country. Only 160 million Americans were working, but now with the 40 million, I got to take that out, the 40 million who are unemployed. So you're only looking at maybe barely 100 million, 90 million working Americans right now that are, of age and that are working. So think about all those things. How are we going to recover so quickly? We're not going to be able to, okay? The hospitality industry has been hit hardest. Hotels, bars, restaurants, casinos have either closed or forced to limit to capacity. In January alone, the industry lost almost 500,000 workers. So this is unbelievable. And like I said, we predicted this last year, that this health crisis is going to continue for at least the next 2 to 3 years. So just because a vaccine is out, just because things are looking good on that front, it does not mean this thing is going to end, because businesses are going to be hurting. They're going to be expecting loans. As a matter of fact, yesterday, Governor Cuomo of New York said that he's going to start suing the United States government if they don't give them the $19 billion of health crisis aid they were promised. Can you believe that? So states are going to be asking the federal government for money, billions of dollars, plus we're printing up trillions of dollars, for the next stimulus package. So you're looking at, by the time we get into June and May and June and July, the summer months, we've already spent at least $12 trillion on either this health crisis, reimbursing the states with this health crisis when all the businesses close, or the economy itself printing up a stimulus. And so our president and all of the Congress, they're looking at, I'm predicting we're looking at 2 stimulus packages this year, at least, at a minimum 2 stimulus packages. The $1,400 stimulus package, which you can expect to get maybe sometime beginning of March, right, if you're lucky. And then we're looking at another stimulus package in the late summer, sometime in August, September. So that could be the 2,000 it'll probably be up to 2,000 by then. So that's 2 stimulus packages, plus the additional amount of money, because other states are going to ask for reimbursement too. You think these high tax, high cost of living states like New York, Massachusetts, DC, California, Illinois, you think Texas, you think states like that are going to just go broke trying to fund this health crisis, do all the testing centers and all of that, and pay all these staff? They're not going to do it. They're going to ask the federal government for help and for more money. So they're going to have to print up even more money for that, just devaluing your currency, devaluing your purchasing power. And so the money smells good right now on the stock market. Maybe you're into cryptos, maybe you're into gold and silver, whatever you're into, you need to make sure you're hedging against this economy, because pretty soon or not, we're going to turn into the banana republic. We're almost there now, just looking at everything going on. And so we have 900,000 jobs lost this week. Next week, we're probably looking at another 1 million jobs lost. And so this is going to be absolutely crazy. And the thing is that more money printing is not going to fix this economy. The only way they're going to fix this economy is getting production back. But production back takes time. And the president has already stated that. He said it's going to take at least 5 years to bring the factories back, if we even get factories back from China. So China's in control of our economy more so than we are, and that's really, really sad state to be in. So continue to prepare. Don't be continue to be encouraged, whether you have a job or not. Your job right now is to prepare for this coming tsunami of bankruptcies, forbearance has been extended to March 31st. So that's a great news. That's the good news. Forbearance has been extended on student loans, on housing, and rent moratoriums have been extended to March 31st. That's great news. That's more news to prepare. More news to get right spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally for what's coming, because we're in this for the long haul. It takes at least 12 years to get out of a Great Depression like this that we're in. So you're looking at 2030, 2031 before things get right in all sectors of the economy. And they know this. And this is what they're telling you, is to prepare, because we're in it for the long haul. Other countries are used to living at below standard of living, but America and Europe are not used to living at below standard of living, or second class living, or whatever you want to call it, because we've been living off third world countries, their goods for years, and now the options are going to be reversed, because the East is gaining power and we're losing power here, as you can see clearly with everything closing up, and with no production going on in the U.S., but just debt creation and printing up money, just like a Zimbabwe or Venezuela or any of these other countries, or Turkey. So be prepared, guys. Stay blessed, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next. Be sure to subscribe for the latest news, and I'll be sure to get it to you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.